Hey YouTube, I'm the Tall Nerd. Welcome back once again. Harry Dresden, wizard. Lost items found, paranormal investigations, consulting, advice, reasonable rates. No love potions, endless purses, or other entertainment. That is the phone book ad for Chicago's one and only professional wizard, Harry Dresden. And yes, today we are going to talk about the Dresden Files, the book series, and it is a lot of fun. It's written by Jim Butcher, who is an awesome author. It's a ton of fun to read his books. And I just want to give you a quick introduction to the Dresden Files if you've never heard of it. As I said, Harry Dresden is the only professional wizard in Chicago. He's in the phone book. You can look him up. And he does anything and everything that people will ask. If you're being hunted by vampires, chased by werewolves, if you think that there's a ghost haunting you, he can help. But there's only one problem. This is set in the real world, where people just don't believe in magic. Magic is fake. There isn't any magic in the world. That's what most people think. And so the people who actually come to him for help fall into one of two categories. Either one, they already know that magic is in fact real. They've had run-ins with it before, or they're actual, practitioners of magic, or something like that. And so they've heard of Harry Dresden and are like, okay, I think you can help if you don't light everything on fire first. Or the second type of people who come to Harry Dresden for help are the ones who are absolutely desperate. The kind who have tried everything else. They've gone to the police and they don't believe them. They've asked their friends for help and they don't really believe them either. They have no idea where to turn, but they know that they need help, and they don't understand what's going on, but they see in the phone book that there's a guy calling himself a wizard, so they go to Harry. Granted, this means that there are not a lot of people, busting down his door trying to get help, because those two categories of people are pretty insignificant. There is just not a whole lot of demand for a paranormal investigator. But nonetheless, Harry persists. He's aided with his knowledge of magic, his very quick wit, and he's kind of hindered by the fact that he cannot help but be a hero. It's actually one of his most endearing qualities to me, the fact that Harry Dresden cannot help himself when he sees somebody in danger. He just can't. Even when he knows that it is a terrible idea, he's, mentally berating himself about it as he's jumping in to help anyways, because he just can't stand to watch other people get hurt. And I don't think I mentioned this yet, but this whole series is told in the first person, and it's tons of fun getting inside the mind of this guy who is a wizard, doesn't care who knows it, and just wants to help people. And on a side note, Harry is not the only wizard in the world, just the only one in Chicago. There are wizards all over the world, and they all belong to what's called the White Council. And that is the governing body of wizards who kind of govern by force. You follow us, or if you break our laws, we kill you. That's all there is to it. But to be fair, I understand why practitioners of magic would need their own government, because there really aren't laws in place for people who can use magic, for people who can, cast a spell in one place and kill someone 500 miles away, or something crazy like that. The laws just aren't structured around that to take that into account. So I understand why they have their own government, but yeah. Harry runs afoul of them sometimes, partly because he has no respect for them, and partly because he doesn't make a secret about the fact that he's a wizard. And there are no official laws, per se, saying that he can't tell people, or saying that magic has to stay a secret. It was just kind of understood that it should remain secret and you shouldn't go out telling people. Well, from what I've already said, you can probably tell that Harry does not care. He will go out and he will tell anyone he can find that he's a wizard and that he is there to help them. And you know what? I think that's awesome. I think it's really interesting that, the series is predicated on this idea that magic is real, it exists. The only reason why you don't hear about it is because no one believes in it. No one thinks that it's a real thing. So even when it happens, it just gets explained away some other way. And I think that's kind of cool, that it's showing the skepticism that people have, because I think that that's really is the case. If somebody showed up doing actual magic, it would take a miracle to convince normal people that it was a real thing. So if you want to follow the adventures of Harry Dresden as he risks life and limb to help people and solve mysteries, pick up the Dresden Files, and I will tell you where to start right now with this spotlight. So the first 3 books in the Dresden Files series can be read in just about any order you want, but to stay safe, you should probably just start with the first one. The first book is called Stormfront. I don't actually own a physical copy. I read it at the library, returned the book, and while I want to buy a copy, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Stormfront is a really interesting and just fun introduction to this world. There's a lot of Harry explaining how magic works, explaining what it is that he does, his relationship with other characters. So even though narratively you could switch it up and read the second or the third book and not lose a ton of information, you're going to want to read the first book first so that you understand the world. It sets things up very well, and it's just a fun ride. And the thing is, it's a mystery. It's a murder mystery. So I don't want to talk too much about the plot because I might start giving things away by accident. So I would just highly recommend that you pick up Stormfront by Jim Butcher and just give it a try for yourself. See if you enjoy reading about the adventures of Harry Dresden. Or it might be better said, misadventures. All right, that's everything that I have for you today. Please let me know in the comments what you think of the Dresden Files. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out. But hey, until next time, have a great day.